I know, I still need to make the hydrate redeem. Also, hello. Sorry, I was putting my laundry, hanging it up, so I took longer than usual. Hydrate? Okay, I'll put it on, but drink before my lipstick. You know, you don't realize, you know, like that time you don't realize you're dehydrated until you, like, start to drink a little water? Damn. You get no workout with that. Like, and you just start drinking and your body's just like, God, don't stop, keep drinking, you need this. That was like that moment where I started drinking and my body's like, don't stop, keep going, you need more. You need so much more. That was wild. I drink water too. I drink water during the day. Just apparently not enough. Maybe putting away laundry just really did a number on me. Oh, you can see all this leg. Okay, I downloaded the game. So now we need to play the game. It's hot. I don't know why it's so hot. I know why it's so hot. It's summer. Alright, I love you, Colonel Sanders. I've had this and I've wanted to play it and I just haven't. Here, I'm gonna mute it just in case there's like epic music that goes with it. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Done. KFC presents. Oh God, it's loud. So loud. Oh my God. Does that turn down for everyone? I hope so. Amazing. No, it's still loud. Okay, I'll turn down. I wasn't expecting that setting. Master volume, we're gonna put it like 50% if that's how strong it is. Let's not full screen it, just so I can switch. Oh God, it's still pretty big, actually. What am I doing? Okay, we'll full screen, just kidding. That's how it's gonna be. That means I need to set up my telephono. Ow. With my dashboard. My video, my streaming dashboard. Okay. My controller. This game uses controller. I'll be quite shook. Alright. What? Check who's the. Yes. Doing more laundry. Okay, back. Okay. New games. Yeah, I gotta set up phone to chat because tabbing out of Skyrim is a sin. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, tell us your name. Hey, naming list. Look at that. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you, cats? Not doing my paintings. Not paintings, pictures, whatever. Hey, there's anything else too. Okay, we're at... Oh, can this fit? Thaddeus Cornelius. Oh, it does not fit. Let's do one that fits. Sorry, it's not gonna go in just up times, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's no 15th one, Globe. Is it okay? Is it okay there's no 15th? You type 15 H's, I can only get in 14. Yes, it's okay? Okay, confirm. Okay, got another one off the list. Oh god. It like flashed. Was the H's too much? Okay. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. What does this bucket mean? You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. That's what insane bit for smack that clock up and at him. That's an awful noise, so we're smacking that clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Wow, great name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? The time begins to fly by, and you and your imagination you find your imagination getting away from you. You take this seriously. I'll be serious. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed. Teeth equals brushed. Hair equals combed. Pits equals deodorized. Big goddamn mood. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you need to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Can I alt-tab out of this? There's like a slight sound in the background, but it's pretty weak. Let's do Animal Crossing Twitch save. It seems like it maps the background well. Alright. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What's the... Oh, no, wait, that was me. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by Master Chef parents. She's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little baby babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. Let's see how long you can keep this enthusiasm. Are you saying I don't have enthusiasm? But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day to only semesters. 3-day only what? 3-day semesters? I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. That's impressive. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to get her some relief? Pep talk. She's active, so she should be palpable, right? Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looks spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower and that other card featuring a handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. I need to watch people. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe think everything... I can't talk. God. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, don't start a sentence with and. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! Is that just fancy Ashley? It's Ashley! It is just fancy Ashley. It's just one of those people with fancy Ashley. Fancy, like, spelling of names. I have shirts with heart cutouts. Okay, just kidding. The Twitch music just really just murders the background of this. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. I can't. You leave shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van. You, Rang. I don't even know. I am out of voices. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have just been as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would even allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I'm just doing I feel like variations of Carmen voices. He's like a mix between like more enthusiastic, like my girl, and slightly devious. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See? Oh wait, God, what is I'm already lost. See you later, losers! As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oopsies. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm, so, are you going to make me hold the door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. What? Is it just me, or is he, oh no, wait, that's so different already. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure of where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of class. Adorable! What do I even do for a dog voice? Alright. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute puppy, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and the CEO of CEO of UCSAL. Well, no wonder it has such a basic-ass name. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect, woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone closed the window. And then, He walks in. Oh, God. Can't. I can't. With him just looking at me with that face and that Colonel Sanders. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him! If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence. I need a sexy man voice. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Should have been Sanders. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down through the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And over here must be sweaty sweats a lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Just hold on. Oh my God, what's everyone's voices? It's so hard to keep track of. Just hold on a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. Oh, that's still me. You two both know my name. We were in the same you two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You take a moment to clean yourself up. Okay, well, I have one choice. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when this is all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and complete the broom cooking arena. In the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Dude, I came out of... What? What? That's a 3-day semester, I guess, right? But why am I in the same class from just starting? Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but you're interrupting my monologue. You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school. He was my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable! Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles was referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Okay. The class bursts into laughter. Aw, look how cute he is. Oh, Clank, you rascal. They have so many expressions. I feel like there's more expressions than even a normal dating sim has. Sprinkles walks into the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. Isn't he already here? Oh gosh, I probably should close the door to my washer. It's kind of loud. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Oh, he's walking further into the classroom. I see. Your diet is lacking based on what I'm picking up here. You definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. We never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decided to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Chicken? Beef? Who hates beef? You reach beneath your apron and turn with a small bit of beef jerky in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. Okay, failed. Beef? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. You clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron and then remove yourself from this class in the school. It seems you reached the end of the line, Chef. Reveal game over. Try again. I already got a game over. I'm not reading all those again. Well, let's just keep busy chit-chatting. Oh my god. What does this do? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No, god damn it. Okay, the fast forward is not helping. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Chicken? It's healthier. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite! Good. Well, 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 I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously. Why do I have chicken in my pocket? I didn't know it was a dog. I just have pocket chicken. But pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned, and beef, apparently, and a dog toy ball. Why? Yeah, if they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me. If you're interested. Two good options. What you choose? Okay, I would. Okay. Hawkeye aside, as is canon, I would just probably sit by my friend. I don't fucking know you. Sit by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders. He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you'd sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast. It's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a pop quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. That's right. Forest is to tree, as chicken is to feather. That's right. What's the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Obviously a spork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Camel meat? Anything as long as prepared with love and not too much salt. Pancake looks like a silly face. Anything. That's right. Is Sprinkle's a good boy? He's a talking dog. You should tell him at culinary school. He's the best boy. That's right. Perfect score. 5 out of 5. Oh my god, no way. Wow, to be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Okay, kind of a dick move still to cut off boring boy. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Is it chicken? Whoa, Miriam. Oh my god. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? Oh my god. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw! Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting my last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him! He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. That's a great face. That's a wonderful face. What is it with this hair? Whoever has this hair. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew that at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any. I'll take his! Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Is that supposed to be like, oh, the bucket has so much chicken in it? Because this is still only one bucket of chicken. And I'm pretty sure, like, half our main characters could crush it pretty fast. You take one of these pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Along with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind, meditate, trying to identify every flavor. Culinary heart, swim toward the light. We're doing studious. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano, basil? Maybe. But there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper. Yes, even deeper still until you find it. Could it be blank? He really did it. How bold, how adventurous to use redacted. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret. And yet now you know a mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. Hey, I figured it out then pretty fast. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second? Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Ha! How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I've had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. Why does he have a chicken cane? It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got Moxie. I'll give you that. I do have Moxie. Where are you, Moxie? Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Redacted, wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. Redacted definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, but now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in that huge... Am I trying to figure out the recipe? While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I just dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure out how it's perfect time to show your personality to him. Big idea, neg him to show your own strength, maybe not. I'm with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. No, I don't want to mess with recipes, so I'll just be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. What did we learn? You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything except maybe the kisses of the... Oh no, wait, it's me. You're not going to blow anything except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we will be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. I feel like it's not good. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the excitement yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue, I hardly know you! Ah! Okay, Miriam's officially best character. Best character, Miriam. Best character, Miriam. Best character. Best. Clank and Miriam, good choice. This is me, good decisions. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. It looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide it to steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. What dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy, you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will okay. How about your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy? Gravy. It's KFC, mashed potatoes and gravy. It's gonna pair us together. He makes the chicken, I make the mashed potatoes and gravy. And then you just kind of like... I've always been something of a home-down chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potato and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? Oh, no, jeez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing on us dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van Van. Are we taking work in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looks like was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might even be able to get out to my level. Huh, doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned herself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. What is between her legs? And what is this rock music in the background? Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Yeah, let's get... We need to get some of this going. Turn to Colonel Sanders' hunk of hunks and try need. I did the best friend route. Miriam. You turn to Miriam. As soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend and need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them. I actually think that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving. Leaving you in the dust vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles and hope that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy statue. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been clicking on autopilot. What? Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfect creamy mash texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. He extends his hand. He's holding a beautifully white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Oh, he has like the perfect... Got it. Gravy flows down the mound of... It matches the bucket. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. Oh, that's why it's a spork, because they give sporks. They don't give sporks here, because they don't have mashed potatoes here. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage, without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid face. Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Oh my gosh. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. This is like... What's about to happen? Oh my gosh. All right. Can I have potato face? What? Van rushes back over a covered dish in his hand. What? He's just an actual anime character. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, a braised tentacle of octopus in my silky seawater sauce, plated on a battle axe forged by my supreme chef ancestors. I'm not gonna lie, like, did they try to make it gross sounding by saying, octopus? Like, is it... Because it's like, you know, KFC, it's like still made by Americans, so what is it supposed to be like? Ew, octopus, you know? Was it? Because like that looks also kind of fire, you know? You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. It do, right? It looks kind of fire. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. What? Oh, that's how cooking octopus works. Oh, I'm disconnected. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking. What? It killed him! Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of a tentacle being slipped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Have my decisions caused the death of Pop? And boring guy. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment, snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not oh no, sprinkles. Oh, I'm not sure the professor here makes enough money. Hello. Wait. Hello. I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sander approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. How did this much time pass? Colonel Sanders. Wait, we had lunch and then cooked mashed potatoes. Why is it so dark? Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, so that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we oh God, his hair. Are we forgetting that you're cooking literally... Oh, no, wait, that's me. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. What just happened? I've known Van since kindergarten. You're gonna tell me he was secretly a spork monster this whole time. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. Oh, okay. It's not Van Van. It's not Van Van. Okay, that's better. What? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Why sporks? Be afraid, be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fighting sequence! What will you do? What? Attack. You decided to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real! The attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes in the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. What's my defend? You decide to defend. What defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Spork Monsters focuses on their mashed mind and draws in their energy from Monster Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How you respond? Okay, I need to defend. You decide to defend. Defense, buff up. You draw energy into your arms. Thinking back on all of the stirring up you did in the kitchen as a child, your muscles go super swole. And you're ready to take on anything. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utensile. You take 2 damage from the attack, but I defended! If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Instead, go on the attack. Chow Down. Chow Down does 2 damage. A powerful blow. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable. Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Oh my god! What is happening? Pot Pie Power Punch! Pot Pie Power Punch Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. Well, what was the point of my fighting? You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it is so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Is that boring guy? Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize your final attack has left you completely defeated. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. I just like pass out in the middle of the quad. Oh, is he carrying me home? The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you just as you were tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. You still just met him like today. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. I'm going to try to find out this recipe. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they your memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used blank. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? That's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, wait, sorry, I have to, like, map up my nose. Okay, right. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank, the robot. Like him? Like. I know, it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's, like, really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at the school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something on Lost in Pressure Cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders, you know, 3 days. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy of Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Ah, you sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he want to be into you, I guess? I'm mixing up all the voices at this point. I'm just giving up. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. Secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor wasn't like anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know. Like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about the new spices. About new spices. I don't know who this is. You're my best friend. You haven't told me shit about this. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'll be much use to anyone. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I wouldn't lie. I would just say no. Think of a fake ingredient. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. I know. It sounds like some kind of witch's potion. What can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure you satisfied her curiosity and should move on. However, she immediately turns around to some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossoms, possum petals fill the air. He comes in a goddamn horse. On a god. He comes on a horse. He comes in riding on a horse. On the back of a horse. On a saddle. Like a normal person. Saved it. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. I want to get run over by that horse. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it! That's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. So, just gets really nervous around people they like. I'm glad I didn't tell you secret meeting. Goddamn. You can't keep the secret for shit. What? That's not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and we were up... What? I mean, they got food poisoning and we were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. But by the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, about his hulking hair, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Oh, why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell him to stop acting so immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. Evil! You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night on the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book, they've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he's trying to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. He kind of did something. Bzzzt, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Why does she have chicken on her thigh? Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. That's great. Where Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is just a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken! You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signaling of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water. A pepper. Right, I want to figure out the ingredients. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. Oh, I cannot save. So naturally you reach out and grab it and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. What am I on? Spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. But I might get another ingredient. My friend. Oh. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Oh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with this tea is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time. You're on! A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption. Aw. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer! Timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words timer ready. This is what I'm talking about! Ahoo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself! You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravies on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? Celsius. That's right. When it gets to rub my fur belly, let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe, you have an idea. 11. That's right. You head in the right direction. Wagging. Got basic steps. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust. That's wrong! Okay, your child, father told you never forget where you came from. I didn't mean to take advice. We great harness energy. Small town! Oh, this is about Colonel Sanders, that's right. That's right. Aroo! Try to shut out the noise and focus on our... What's the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong! I believe in you, He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes me totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Ah! Spoonful of gravy. Ah! Stranded on desert island with only one desert cookbook. Desert cookbook, which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot. Ah! What has to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate base... Big... Oh, God. Yikes. Seeing a fellow... But... Sacrificing their personal... What? Did I use clank? You might not have any hands, but does. And the good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get by the easy way. Your hand is stuck and crushed. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Shakes his hand in shame. What is happening? Find that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Stop what you're doing. The battle's over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. That's too bad. And here I was, the complex dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare you two on the account of his injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell what you prepared? Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. Is there a way to win that? Is it because I messed up 2 of the questions? I was going to ask to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Melt away, ingredients hidden within. Fried cheese croquet. Atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée? I don't even know what this is. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not as impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places his sauce-covered finger, leaves over, whispers something in his ear. Dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Yeah, let's just really hold it in. Your eyes burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch on fire, turn to ash. They fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of this semester. Forever, perhaps. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decide to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater to his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now, not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome for sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I think that one's real. I didn't know, but they're probably real. All of them probably real. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I've resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changed focus, you can see something ignite inside him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure and it's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. Dude, my mouth hurts from talking so much. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the work. Worse, it's a Spork monster! Borko? It is I know I said I wouldn't be back, but after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just want to say that I was wrong to attack you and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Anyway. Oh wait. Thanks, Borko. I'm glad there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with the magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely, I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Ooh. Where are these mountains, man? Is that baby Colonel Sanders just baby him with a goatee? Isn't that old Colonel Sanders? Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life. Oh no, it's me. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. It has to be one of the, what's another KFC side dish? Corn? Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right when you want him. Should you reveal your new creation or keep a secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. I knew it. I knew it. Forgot about coleslaw. I don't get coleslaw from KFC. I don't like coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Technically, like, we're talking about him making the chicken, but apparently I'm the creator of everything else. Famous KFC, so. Oh. What is this song? Alright, you realize now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Oh yeah, I'm snooping. Various items you can look closer at. Seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to scroll. Oh my god, there's so many. Colonel. Scented candle. Power tool. Wood floating. Summer of 69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. I knew it! Let's learn more about the Colonel. Silver hair. It's actually made of spun silver. In the inscription, ashes of my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. Ooh. Ghost of student pass up. I think I'm heading out into the world in a quest to avenge my death. Why would I avenge you? It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? A realistic stuffed chicken. It's real. Taxidermy? The true state bird of the greatest state of Kentucky. Looks like him with a friend. Oh god, cookie! Short inscription. My friend Pete is. Colonel Sanders, old man living in Pyramids of Egypt. A baby with a goatee and mustache. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Makes their own face logo of the company founded, am I right? Secret recipe. Dawns on you as soon as you turn the dial. 11:11:11. Safe opens. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? That's it, right? Oh god. I didn't know it was a closet. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? I only discovered 3 or 4. 3. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thoughts of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough give you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, it isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast. Your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's always chicken! I was expecting something breakfasty, but no, of course, it's just biscuits and chicken. Goddamn! It's meticulous. We don't eat anything but chicken in this house! Chicken and side dishes, that's it. Fried chicken. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy of Learning awaits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. It was with Clink. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know this little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Casual first date. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam the time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. Woo, that sounds alright. You what? Nothing happened! But the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything! When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because you know he's Pop. What's a Thwirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my Thwirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. Is that the horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school? But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something's been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure he'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing by complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, I'm more than capable to speak for myself. I'm kind of awful. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. An attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley. You take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. No, we cannot use the spell book. Whoa, what's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open up to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of great emergency, extreme emergency, it says around the edge of the page. I could use this spell here. It says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I could scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you do like something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Why would I cast... Hi, Nebu. Why would I cast this spell? Why? You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. I can't believe you didn't cast a spell. What do you mean? Old homework. Sure. Have some homework. This is not right. Goes for it and gobbles a sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems a little cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like upgraded work. Were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it after class! Bzz, bzz. Oh, he's crying! You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Is it just because she was strapped to a stranger, not him? Were. But no, you had to show off your cool friends. Jean and Joan, J&J, forever. Show off to your cool friends. Cool kid friends. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangle's the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or off a cliff for all I care. Aw, poor Clank. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Oh my god! How many people? This is Colonel Sanders dating sim. It's only Colonel Sanders. Poor Clank, he like exploded. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakdown to cast a pall over the final day of school. It's been 2 days. This is the 3rd day. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't distract from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you at the arena. All at the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could me embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up with Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'll be sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. I bet the Professor Dog is gonna love it. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena earlier to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van and that supposed man-man. The supposed man-man. And his evil counterpart, Ashley. As you planned, you begin to run through a quick test of recipes you've been working on. His famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Oh, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get into your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick with when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. Dude, it said this game would take like an hour, and holy shit, it's taking forever. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh, and was it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with the heaping help of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Let's duel! Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no ground rules! That is except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll pull you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe... What is the R? Copyright? That's copyright. What's the R? What is the R? Registered trademark. Registered? Fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with the frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Best friend Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique! What? Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as it was foretold! We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Are they gonna kill Clank? Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way! Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Miriam notices too. I've always believed in you, ever since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cooking time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd just help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get the Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster! Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Huh, yeah, you guessed it, sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salty water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should just watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time at Monster School. that I had fallen asleep during scare tactic class, and when I woke up, you tossed a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, until you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know if you could ever win. Extra power! Just drop out of culinary school now. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What? A guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicate fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual effort. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clay? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hey, I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that bloom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Oh, poor Pop. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who might refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Poor Pop. Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there is none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made... Oh, so cute. Tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Meister Arrow. Heathen! Why heathen? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and green teas made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his big pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug. Thank you, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. Is another octopus tentacle. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin's shell, topped with caviar. I don't know what that is. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in sniff the uni, but he can't... Uni? What is this? But he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! Aww, the professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles can make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last time you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight with light rose water syrup tossed with a French meringue and connected by a sugar glass. I mean, it looks nice. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. It's just going to be 3 of us then. Miriam, Colonel Sanders, and me. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her toothpaste routine up. You wouldn't know a high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice like everyone else. And liked by everyone else. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, steps up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. This actually sounds really good and I can't buy it in Korea. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away! In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the glass. You pass! And you pass! And you pass! And you get a pass! Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic frigates. Was this dish released because of this game? Is this a dish normally? Is this a normal dish in KFC? Or is this like they made this dish after this game? It sounds pretty bomb, honestly. It's not here, but it sounds pretty good. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl. But then again, McDonald's here made a mac and cheese chicken sandwich. That was actually also bomb. So, mac and cheese chicken. It sounds good. I kind of want KFC, which is kind of the point. But it's like 1:30 in the morning, so I can't even get it. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Ow, ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Hey, look at that. We turned them good. Ashley is still pretty hot, you gotta admit. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone's together, it's the Spark Monster! He is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spark Monster is no more. From here on, I prefer everyone refer to me by my new name. Party Monster! Student tries to finish what he had to say. His name is student. But everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Aw, this outfit's so cute. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He has arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least he could do for the school's dream. Oh, now I get it. Is it Burger King? And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance interrupted. So he got in because money. The music at the dance was interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electric hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Oh, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the way of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am, and this is not time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up, and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives, fashionably late. Howdy, classmates. Oh, a casual t-shirt? They're not going to put him in a suit? Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. The chicken and the mashed potatoes and the coleslaw and the baked biscuits. Where's the chicken and the mac and cheese? I did not get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Buy my chicken. No, it's not the end! As everyone feasts on a delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. What are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you should expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at the school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you only live with half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by... I gave you all your side dishes, okay? The end. It's not that all the true ending. It's probably because I fucked up that battle. Oh my god, is it right back from the beginning? Alright. Okay. So, there are multiple endings in this game. The red jacket girl. She's the rival. Alright. I'm not gonna play all those endings because that took me 2 goddamn hours to play this game. Which is a shockingly long amount of time. Endings to I love you, Colonel Sanders. Alright, so I'm gonna read all the endings. Oh, okay, hang on. What are the endings? I definitely did not get the true ending. That's just a true ending guide. Alright, okay. So the endings. We have game over if you stay in bed forever. Game over if you offer a beef treat, which I messed up and did. Game over if you fail the pop quiz. Game over if you suggest making steak tartare. Game over if you get in between Colonel and Ashley. Oh, good, I didn't do it then. Game over if you give up and drop out of culinary school. So the 3 endings. So ending 1, receive a coupon for a complimentary side and soda upgrade. So I guess that's the bad ending. Ending, the one I got, is win love but not respect as a chef. And then 3rd ending, become the Colonel's partner for business and romance and adopt a spork monster. So what's the true ending? Okay. So for the true ending, it's my clock. Daydream, think about the future. Change the subject. Take the handkerchief. I guess, okay, chicken snack, sit by Colonel Sanders. Identify every flavor. Most thoughtful, clink. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Turn to Colonel Sanders. I didn't choose him. I chose my friend a lot. Attack or defend, doesn't matter. Spare. Fake ingredient, run up to him. Act like you're not interested. Dog biscuit. Oh my god, there's like 10 chapters. Click on what you want to learn more about the Colonel. Click on the glowing door, you fess up and tell the truth. Flatter him, don't do it after all, the game won't let you forget. You must be hungry, fess up and about your practice dish. Do it the hard way, summon extra power, and then you can adopt the spork monster. So yeah, so because I chose my friend in a lot, it makes sense. Because I chose my friend for a lot of things, I got it's like not a bad ending, but he doesn't respect me as a chef. So I'm not his business partner. I'm just his love interest and now pastry chef. Do we think I could get the true ending very, very quickly? Let's see. I'm not gonna change the name just because we're just racing through this. So we need to get the true ending. Okay. Up and at him. Okay. Daydream about the future. Oh my god. School gossip. Change the subject to something more interesting. Dreamy enigmatic mystery student. So it's just all about Colonel Sanders. Harlan, no ordinary student. He has powers since he was born from an egg. Once fought a bear. So Dreamy smacks your books. Okay. Alright. Sitting right in front of you. Oh, apparently I unlocked something. I did not get this before. Natural scent, most delicious chicken. Okay. So apparently that was already a new thing because of whatever. Okay, chicken snack. I already know that's right. Okay, sit by. Just completely ditching my best friend. Brought no books, pens, or pencils. His perfect upright posture shows seriousness. Thanks for offering me the seat. We only have 2 rules. Do all you can and do the best you can. The only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. Okay. Pop quiz. Okay. Extremely. Feather. Already did these. Spark. Anything. As long as it's love, not too much salt. Best boy! Perfect. He's impressed. Okay, I need to get chapter 2. Time for lunch. This is when I find out the first secret ingredient. I found out! I think I found out all the secret ingredients, though. Try to identify every flavor. This is the one I did. I find it. Approach. And then he tells me the secret ingredient. Be modest and thoughtful. I did that. Really enjoyed your food. Okay, good. So I already did that one. Clearly Clank. Like Pop did no idea what's going on. Grandmother's mashed potatoes ready. Alright, I did this one, so I need to. So chapter 3 and 4 are the same. Oh wait, this is new. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on as my partner for this activity, so I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has as natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for sprinkles. Okay. And you've been making it yourself. Okay, that was the new thing. Your eyes lock, moments electric. If you love something, set it free. Yeah, we already did it. And then I throw it at her face. And then he dies with the fakest death ever. Alright, let's defend this time. Trepidation. I take damage no matter what. That lot of good that defense did. Attack. Cook with love. Defend. Buff up. 2 damage. Attack. Chow down. Alright, and then he does it. Power punch! Spare this wretched beast. What is it supposed to be in the middle? Amazing dreams. I like how it lasts for a few scenes, so if you like keep clicking through, it'll keep going for a while. Make a fake ingredient. Yeah. Super suspicious. Run to him! You decide the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are is to run to him. Sweep you on the back of the stand and ride away together. That'll show up for good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel! However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and raised up, kicking you directly in the face. I knew it was gonna kick me! That's why I didn't choose this one! The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. Oh! I get another one! Not this guy. The world could end, so it's serious. I've been trapped in a realm on. How does he talk to me, actually? A Gray's prophecy, only you can save me. Oh no, this is not new. He roused you to life with a satchel of spices, or it's just natural seasoned musk. Compliment the craftsmanship of the horse's shoes. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, maybe he shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who's in the wrong here. One thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. Disappears into the school. Okay, something really bad. Act like you're not interested in them. Try to get a closer look. Magic spell. Pressing excuse. Time for class, but you're distracting the rest of us. We want to learn. Now you've upset them. Near the Emperor of Cooking, make the rules. Okay. They've already said this. And then choose the dog biscuit. Okay, okay. Eat the dog biscuit. Alright, he defends me. Daydreaming, simple platter. Okay, don't fuck this one up. You assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. Reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks down in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Do I discover another ingredient? Something is there? This Bork monster? Borko, what are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. Your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. What item do you want to sample? It says dog biscuit. A glass of water? Not the pepper. Gulp it down, it's cool and crisp like the purest snow melted by Mountain Spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. There's no right answer. We all make mistakes. I'm sure they'll forgive you someday. Time for lunch. Okay. So it's so I still say you're on. All right, and then I can't flag this one up. Okay, I did 100 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius. And then I did 11. 11 herbs and spices. Gratitude. Not trust. Never forget where you came from. Everyday advice. Your choices here don't matter. Wait, silence. No, wait. A small town. A small town. Oh, I knew that. Silence. Okay. Silence? When they taste your cooking, they'll... Oh, unable to speak. Okay, I get it. I believe in you. He's cheering you on. All I can think about is Colonel Sanders. Blowing you a kiss. Oh, internalizing your rage was correct. You're hung. God damn it. Wedding vows. Struggling to keep up. Ashley. Okay. And then I hurt my hand. Hot. Alright, so she cooks. And then they have like a moment. Hi, Trey. Yeah, so that's the game over. Internalize the rage. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face. Which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Oh, I finished this game without eyebrows. I forget that. Hello, Trey. Again. Okay. So skip all this. I already finished the game. It's the Spork Monster! Borko! I'm just trying to get the true ending real fast now. I got like the medium good ending. Reveal it. Hello, Trey again. Present to you. My coleslaw! Amazing. Okay, another ingredient. Do the same order and everything. Actual silver hair. I think I did a boss. The ashes of his failures. A chicken. Outside, the stupid ghost boy's gonna come and I still don't care. Baby. I did this on the opposite though. Okay. My friend Pete. 11, 11, 11. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Alright, and this is where I put on his jacket. You fess up and tell the truth. Yeah, okay, that's what I did that time. Develop feelings for you. I'm concerned. I don't want them to get in the way of my dreams. Beautiful morning. Flatter him. Okay, yeah. We'd make a great team. I could be your business partner. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession. Focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. I lose my best friend? Wait, what? I mean, I definitely ditched her this whole time. I didn't realize that was the conversation, though. Okay. The game won't let you forget. Don't do it after all. Yeah. That's way drastic. Don't do it after all. But she's still my friend. You must be hungry. Okay, I did this one right. I did most of it right. I just didn't, like... I just didn't, like, full on... run after the Colonel. Alright, so I guess we're still friends, actually, though. Fess up. Alright, we're almost there, we're almost there. This is taking 5 ever. Oh my god. What's the fail fish? Yeah, okay, it's the final cook-off. Do it the hard way. Okay, summon Spork Monster. Extra power from deep within yourself. Turn back time. So we work together. So this is fine. And then I need to get to the ending now. It's very cute food. Can't eat it because it's too spiky. Disqualified. Very pretty. Can't eat it because it's too pretty. She does not allow it. Disqualified. Our mac and cheese together with his chicken tenders. Alright, everyone passed. Get their groove on! Okay, comfortable, cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Another haunting. Okay, congratulations, he's not dead. Okay. Alright. We need to get to that boy. Where's the cherry blossoms? Yeah, he's an alien from another planet. Okay. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives! Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class with chicken. But now it's a full meal! My mashed potatoes and my coleslaw. How dare you not sign me on as a business partner? The end? I have to like hit space like a few times. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, I couldn't help but wonder. Was our final exam team-up purely an act of strategy carried out by two cunning chefs, or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-si-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel, what is this KFC? It's my love story with Colonel Sanders. I would say I worked hard for this, but I'm mad cheated to get to the true ending. Extends his hand to you, and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, churned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. If you're into this, I have another game to recommend you. I don't know if I could talk this much. Dating sims are hard. But they do not reach for the tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you. And although our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen as my co-chef and partner in both business and in life? You gasp! Could it be? Is he really saying? Me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It is not enough to simply fuck. I didn't mean to hit that. So what are you saying, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders. It's the title! The For Real End? Wow, that was a life-changing 3 days. Overwhelmed by everything that happened to you and Colonel Sanders, you step outside in the air. The quad is dark and quiet, too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potatoey, gravy. Just then Spork Monster appears. Hi, you had some pretty sweet dance moves back there. Why, thank you. You weren't too shabby yourself. That moonwalk you did was pretty cool. Oh, you noticed? It's a Spork Monster, not Party Monster. But he's 100 years old, what? But he's hot now. Oh, you noticed? I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, I had something to ask you. You see, life as a potato-like creature is difficult, and I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares. Oh, I had no idea. I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you permanently. I'll run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. What do you say? Yes, adopt him. He's adorable. My hero! I will be forever in your debt. The end! Seriously, though. It really is this time. Alright. We did it. True ending. True ending. Now we can watch the scene again. What is that? It's free if you want to play it. The Rivals. Best friend. Professor Dog. A raw cooked chicken. Oh, it's a Spork Monster. Potato. That's all I know. Potato. Ooh, great. All right. I did it. I did it. We have achieved true love with Colonel Sanders, as not only love and business together. We are consumed in his entire life. All right, amazing. We did it. All right, that took 2.5 hours. 2 hours to finish the game, just like while reading it. Yeah, I do not normally play visual novels. My everything is tired from talking and reading. What about me, huh? No, there is no better man than Colonel Sanders. Honestly, though, I mean, he has a whole chicken empire. It's not bad. So, that took a long time. I think we're done for today. That was a chickeny adventure. So thank you all for joining throughout that adventure. Wow. Here's my Discord if anyone's interested to see what's up. I'll be back tomorrow with TFT, although this time I'll have Akuma roasting me the whole time. So that'll be fun. You diss me? I diss no one. Oh, well, I diss everyone except Colonel Sanders. That's the point. All right. But I'll be back tomorrow. So I will see you guys then. Today was a weird day. What will I play next Wednesday? Who knows? But I had this in my library and I was like, I need to finally play this. And you leaving? I've been on here for 2.5 hours. You had the time. I'll be back tomorrow. Alright, so, yes, thank you so much. If you are, I don't know what I'm doing. If it's morning for you, good morning. If it's night, good night. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.